There we go.
Thank you. Okay, so actually, so since like that trip, I kind of wanted to talk about like what season of life you guys are in right now, and I wanted to do that because like there's people that started like the same time I did, or Emily or Krista, and I'm all like, dang man, like why aren't we as successful as them? But we've had this conversation, and it depends on what season of life you're in. We're all really busy moms. Like I have 3 kids, Krista does, Emily's got 4. Grace have, some of you have newborn babies. Like it's just that season of life, so we can't dedicate like 8 hours a day to this business. So I think it's really important for each of us to sit down and like think about how much time we actually have. And obviously, we're all here on this call because we want to progress in our business and succeed. But playing the compare game with other people is like a really bad idea because we're all in completely different seasons in our life. So, like, I'm not sure how many of you have like a schedule of when you're able to do things, or how many of you just fill in the cracks, as Emily has said before. But I think the most important thing that you can do within your business is just 100% be yourself and share your journey of exactly what you're going through, because you want to attract people who are just like you. A couple months ago, I was at Brigitte's house, and she, oh, I forget his name, but one of the corporate guys was there. And he said that he goes around to all the different retreats that people have. And so when Brigitte has a retreat, typically it's moms who have young children. Or if she goes to, there's a girl who's single and she's 25, and her team is full of single 25-year-olds, It's just, you want to be attracting people who are just like you, and you do that by showing what season of life you're in with your kids. I don't know, or just see, if you don't have kids, your season of life that you're in. I hope that makes sense to you guys. Does that make sense? And another thing too, don't compare yourself to other people. It is super hard, especially in this business, to do that. Like, especially if you follow somebody on, a specific coach on a regular basis. But you have to remember, they may have started 3 years before you, or even just 2 months before you. They have a little bit more knowledge than you do because they started beforehand. Someone once said that actually, even if you sign up 5 minutes before somebody else, you are now the expert to them because you signed up before they did. So it's just, it's totally that business where you need to be like uniquely you and share you. Don't share what other people share. Share things about you. Share your struggle. Share things that are going to create that network of people who are just like you and who want to follow you. Yeah, I just thought that was important to share because there's a ton of coaches like on the trip who have probably been coaching for only a year now, and they're not a mom. They don't have kids. They're like 25, and they can work this business 24/7, and they're like way up there at the top. And I couldn't sit there and like compare myself to them because my number one priority is being a mom first. So, being a mom, being a wife, and the business. As much as I love the business, I need to make sure that other things are taken care of first. So, I don't know. I just wanted to share that with you guys. And then I really didn't have a whole lot to share. Like, we just got back on Sunday, and I'm really tired. So, I thought I would be like really energized, but I'm really tired. So, anyways, yeah, I will, I don't know if like Emily or Chris have anything to say, or if you guys have any questions, just any questions you have at all about anything, please share.
I love that. That's totally true. And I love did you guys listen to Brigitte's call from yesterday?
I did not yet.
I can't see some of you, but it was just listen to it. Like, do yourself a favor and listen to that call, because Brigitte used to be really different. When we all signed up, if we didn't get on a team call that she had, we kind of got reprimanded for it. Like, she was just like, you will be here, you will work your business. She was very much like, work as hard as you can, and then it'll pay off later. And she's really, really turned that around, and she's totally different now. And now it's all about her talk yesterday was all about, it's from the Compound Effect, if you guys have read that, about the penny, the son who either can get a penny a day and it compounds every day, or you get $1 million up front. And what's the smarter choice? And you'll read in the story that the smarter choice is the penny a day, because after 30 days you have $5 million. So her whole thing was just give a penny a day to your business. Don't give $1. Like, don't stress yourself out. Like, you're freaking out on your kids and your husband. You're just like, I have to work. And she's like, just do a penny a day. And then when you're done working, she like gave all these tricks of like, put your phone on silent, like be where you are. So if you're at your kid's baseball game, be there. Like, don't feel like, oh my gosh, you have to message this person and this person. And then when you're spending that penny a day on your business, which is like what our power hour, be there and be focused, and like lock yourself in a closet if you have to, and just get it done so that when you're done, you can be with your family. Because that's why we do this, right? Like, otherwise we could just go get a corporate job or whatever, but we're doing this from home so we can be with our families and be present. So she used to be quite different, where, yeah, be happy. And she didn't used to promote that when we first started. It was like, you do everything you can to just like get this business going. And she just burnt out really quick. And so she's kind of learned, and now teaching her coaches, don't do that because you'll burn out. And it's so much better just to give those 2-3 invites a day and answer those messages, and not like kill yourself, so that you can keep going long term and you don't burn out.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. I really want you guys to listen if you can.
Yeah, and that's like totally true. Like, even when I first started my first 4 months, I was like, go, 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 go. My husband was in the field, and I seriously slept like 3 hours a night. And I did awesome. And then March hit, and I told Emily I was going to quit, because I was like, I totally burned myself out. So just like Emily said, like, make sure you guys are taking care of you first. Like, if you need to sleep, like, get some sleep, you know? Don't be pulling an all-nighter to get like work done, you know? Like, it's really good if you have that mindset, when you have that drive, but if you continue on down that path, like, you're going to burn out. So,
yeah. Well, yeah. She was even saying to that too, like, she's noticed her conversations with people are just deeper. So she's still doing well in her business, because she's not feeling like, I have to answer you back and then you, so I'm just going to send really quick this copy paste. Like, she can be like, hey, like, how's your day? Let's just talk, and let me get to know you, because she doesn't feel like a chicken with her head cut off. So it's just more about loving people and getting to know them, and not feeling like, but I have to message these 10 other people and you're taking so much of my time.
No, that makes so sense.
Good.
Yeah, it's a really personal business, and especially through social media, like, you need to earn trust from people, you know, because a lot of the people, if you're getting them from your like page or referrals and stuff, they have no idea who you are. So definitely getting deeper into people's lives is really important. So,
I don't want to go on a trampoline and accidentally push Mikhail because I jumped too high, and that's bad. So that's bad.
Sorry.
I love their little voices.
He came home in time. He rescued me.
What?
I said he came home just in time for the call.
Yay! You're like, good timing.
I would have put a movie on.
Baby Einstein.
Don't
do it, Karen.
I had a call with Jeff Pearson yesterday, and even before we had, like, I listened to Brigitte, because I only caught like the second half of the call, but it was like, that's kind of what I've been doing anyways this last month, realizing that, you know, I have a newborn baby, and I'm never gonna get that time back. So if I can either like fully immerse myself in my children and enjoy it, and, you know, sleep as much as possible, which still isn't much, or I can just like kill myself to try and make this work. And I'm like, that's stupid. Like exactly like what she's saying. There's like, we stay home to be with our kids. So I'm like, if I can only work 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day, then so be it. And that's just my season. And so I've been like doing a lot more personal development the last month. And so I was telling Jeff this, and I thought he was going to be super disappointed, because we had talked about, you know, like a month ago, we talked about different elite goals and like how many coaches I should be signing up and like all these numbers. And I'm just like, all of a sudden I'm like, I can't get those numbers right now. And it doesn't even bother me. And then he said, he goes, I really, really like where you're at. I really think that that's good. And I'm like, that makes me happy. And I was like, sweet. So, and on top of that, I feel like she's saying, like the conversations I am having with people from my like page that I don't know are good. The relationships I'm building are really, really strong, and people do trust me. And I'm pulling people from my like page over to my Facebook, and they're actually like in my groups, not just these random people I'm chatting with. And a few people are interested in coaching and whatnot. So I just, you know, it is what it is. And in turn, I'm going to understand when I have coaches that are just like, I just don't have time, and it's not going to matter to me because I understand that, you know, whereas I remember when Brigitte would get so mad when we weren't on the call. I remember Sharyn was like, this is ridiculous. She's like, I have a family.
She's so different now. It's crazy.
I know, it's totally, and I think she just, I mean, she might have had a little thing with her kids where they're just like, what's going on? But I've had the same thing where I get like irritated with my kids and start yelling because they're bugging me while I'm trying to work. And I'm like, wait, I'm trying to work while I'm supposed to be with them. And you have to, like, if you're with them and you're trying to work and you're working and then you're trying to be with them, and like nothing gets your attention, and it's just a big jumble. So stupid. So don't.
To add on to that too, like, so, like I said, you know, we see people that build these businesses like really fast, but in reality, if you're looking at a business that you're building from the ground up, like typically it takes a good 5 years to like make it solid. So, and I know that's something that's most likely not often shared on Beachbody enough, and that's what makes people burn out, is because they're like, okay, well, I'm not there yet, and it's been 2 years, like what the heck, obviously I'm not doing something right. But you are, because even if you just help one person a month, you are totally doing amazing in your business. So, and I mean, that's all that matters. There's all these Success Club points, and there's all these tricks and all these rewards, which is really cool. But if you're in it for the passion that you have for how it's changed your life and how you want to change other lives, then just that one person a month is worth it. So, like, the thing is, like, just do it on your, I'm not saying, like, don't work, but, like, if there's one day where you can't work because you have doctor's appointments or you have a school field trip or whatever with your kids, and just let that day go and, like, do it the next day, you know? The last thing you want to do is get overwhelmed and stressed in this business. I have done it, like, 1,000 times, and I'm, like, a completely different person from when I started coaching. I was, like, focus on business, and my family got like kicked to the curb, and I'm disappointed to say that, but now it's like totally different. So if we could give you guys any advice, like for the newer coaches that are on this call, like that's what we can share with you. So
yeah, and when you're working, work. And that's something that I didn't do for a long time too. I'd be like trying to deal with my kids and lunch and cooking and cleaning and working, like, and that's just going to drive anyone crazy, and it's totally not productive. No. So I just have learned so much from those Sharyn podcasts. If you guys can listen to those two about focus, I think there's 3 of them. They are awesome, but it's totally true. It's like finding your time of day where you're the most focused. And for me, that's first thing in the morning. That's like 5 a.m. for me, because my house is quiet and dark. Nobody's online. So my husband has come home like 2 times this week and been like, you can work. And it's 5 o'clock. And I literally just scroll my phone. I'm brain dead. I don't even know what my problem is. I'm like, okay, focus. Like, just write a message. And I can't. Like, I'll just keep, oh, look at that. Like, I'm like a little kid, you know? So I've just found, like, I lose brain power. Like, I have no brain left after like 1 o'clock, which is really sad, but it's just kind of the truth. Like, I can't do much more than respond to little toddlers. So the morning is like my time. And so when I'm in that time, that's my time. And I don't let people interrupt me or distract me. I'm like, this is my work time. I'm going to be focused. So if someone texts me or messages me, I ignore it. And then I'm done, and then I don't have to feel bad all day. So I'd say when you're working, work, and don't let people distract you, like friends or phone calls or doorbells. Just like Shalene says, lock yourself in a closet if you have to. Turn your phone on airplane and just get it done. And then be with your family. And it's amazing. I think she said in 45 minutes she can do 3 hours worth of work, and I totally believe it. It is crazy how much more you can get done when there's not kids running around. And I don't know about you, but every time I'm on Facebook and a little new notification pops up, I'm like, oh, what's that? Like a little kid in a candy store or something. So at 5 a.m., no one's online. So it's perfect for me. But you'll have to find out your own time and listen to those podcasts. She has some really great tips for that.
And what Em just said about how people are texting you and messaging you while you're like online and trying to respond to other people, totally ignore that. And like get back to them, like people will wait on you. So this is your business, get back to them the next day or the next time you have a block of time where you're able to do work. Because that responding to messages that just instantly pop up, that will take up your focus time.
Yeah, and I didn't know you could turn those off. You can make it so you don't get notifications on your phone for however long you want, an hour or whatever. So that if you're with your family, you can be like, I'm with my family right now. I just don't even want those messages popping up, because sometimes, or just delete it off your phone and then reinstall it later.
Yeah.
But especially when you're in those group messages, sometimes, and they're going off every second, you can actually turn off the notifications for those altogether, so that you don't ever receive the notifications for those. And the way you do that is you just go on the message and you just swipe it to the left, and you'll see a little turn off notification thing.
So going back to what Sharyn was saying about building your business and it taking 5 years to really get something off the ground. Even Carl Dreikler said something about, if you were to go to school and get your MBA, it would take 2 years. And then you would have to start at ground zero without a job, in debt. And if you were to work this business for 2 years, you're going to be making money, and you're not going to have to go find a job at the end of those 2 years, and you'll be much better off. So, even if you just put in 2 years, and think about, okay, if I was going to school part-time at night, I would wait to sit down and study until my kids were in bed. I'm not going to be trying to study and make dinner at the same time and help with homework. You're not going to do that. So it's think of how, where's your study time? That's your work time. And then in 2 years, see where you're at. You got to be making something, got to be doing okay. So.
Yeah. And the last thing that she mentioned on her call, which Keisha just had a huge aha moment from, was don't overcomplicate your business. And right before she had that call, I totally was, because another thing Shalene talks about a lot is creating your freemiums and your Bluehost website. So my success partner and I were actually creating a freemium, and we're okay, we have this freemium, and we still might, but she got on that call and was don't overcomplicate it, because what happens is your coaches look at you and you have freemiums and awesome YouTube videos and websites, and they're well, I can't do that. I can't do what you're doing, so I'm never going to be successful at this. And her best example was that Scotty, her coach, Scotty Hobbs, who makes a ton of money, literally his YouTube videos are him in a, sometimes not even a shirt, but sometimes a tank top and board shorts, and he doesn't even cut off the front of the video where he's pushing play and walking to his plate. He doesn't even bother to do that. And how easy is that? He's just this is me. And I think that she said that was so good for her to be well, I can do that. I can probably do better than that. So I think that gives your coaches so much confidence. And if they see you with this fancy website and all these freemiums and e-diet books and all that stuff, they might be well, I don't have the time for that. But if they're hey, this person's just at home, she's kind of in her pajamas anyway, I can do that. And I love that part of it too, because I was starting to think oh, you need to do this and this and this and this. But no, you don't. You just need to do the 3 vital behaviors. And then your cat is that your dog is totally attacking you. Okay, sorry. That's all I have to say about that one. That was a good little point too, because I think that you guys see that? Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, anyway, I totally lost my train of thought. Keep it simple.
No, it is. And the thing is, like, when you do overcomplicate things, then you start getting stressed out because you don't know what's not working. And so you start doing more, and then you get stressed out because you're spread thinner, and it like keeps like going and going and going. And then you're just like trying to do all these things, and nothing's really, like you can't focus on anything. And I remember when we first started, they said, pick 1 to 2 social media avenues or whatever you want to call them, and really focus on that. Don't like have a blog and an Instagram and a Facebook and a Twitter account and, a YouTube thing and, all these things, and try and link them all together and post on everything and yada, yada. And I mean, I think, Melanie Mitro has been doing this long enough, and she's like somehow ridiculously organized, and she can pay for a lot of help. But I mean, if you look at her website, it's like linked to everything. Like her blog is linked to all this stuff. And that's like really, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to do all that. But you really don't, because then you can't focus on anything. And, as a newer coach that can't afford to pay people to get you out there like that, or to do all that stuff for you. I think, they're like what Brigida was saying is like absolutely right. Just focus on one thing that you're really good at, like Facebook and a like page. Like you can do those two, and you can find so many people, even if, even just through dark posts, I'm finding a ton of people to talk to. And, and you have that, initial attraction of health and fitness that you can immediately talk to them about. Anybody that likes your like page, because it's about fitness and nutrition and health and whatever it's about, something in that realm. And so it's like this immediate, what's the word I'm looking for? Immediate, common denominator, I guess. That wasn't the word, but it means the same thing. So, if you're like really good at Instagram, then great, do Instagram. I suck at Instagram. So stopped it like last summer. And then I always get these notifications like so-and-so is following you. And I was like, oh man, I feel bad for them. But it's like, I've been posted on there forever, and then, eventually I want to get my blog up and running again. I just keep saying I'm going to do it, and I just can't. Like sitting down to write a blog post is so difficult for me. And I finally was like, I just have to be okay with that and just get over it for a little while. So when I can fold my laundry, then I will start a blog or go back to my blog.
I'm folding my laundry on the team call.
I'm eating my dinner, so I'm putting it away. But
so
yeah.
How are you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Do you guys have any questions at all?
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
No.
Anybody? Hello? How's your new group going? You guys just started one like a week ago, right? Last Monday? Samantha, Emily?
Oh, yes, we did. It's awesome. There's like, 25 ladies in there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But they're awesome.
So are you guys, what are you doing? Are you doing posts, or are you doing that happy tracker?
We're doing the happy tracker at night. That's how they check in and rate themselves. But then we do a post in the morning, and we just have like our themes, like Motivational Monday, Tasty Tuesday, Water Wednesday, or Wacky Wednesday. Yeah, and then the happy tracker at night is kind of just how they rate their day.
Are you having them read any personal development?
No, but actually my success partner and I were talking about making Thursday, like Thoughtful Thursday, a personal development day, because she's like, I really think that's key, not just for coaches. I mean, how much do we push it on our coaches, but for challengers too. So she's just thinking of sharing a little bit of her personal development every Thursday, and then putting books in there like The Slight Edge or just other YouTube books, because there's so many that they have the option to read if they or listen to if they want to. So I thought that was a really good idea, like incorporating personal development into challenge groups.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, we can do that if you guys want. We can make Thursday just like about something you read in personal development or.
Yeah, maybe. I'm still working on my first one. No judgments, please. But
No judgment.
No judgment.
But I really like I'm reading or I'm listening to the Slight Edge. I really, really like it. I just my season right now is I feel like it's 9:00 at night before I even blink. So I'm like trying to figure out my groove with this guy and just how to like manage it all, which I've always been a busy person, so it's not a big deal. I just have to figure out how to juggle it. I just need to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I know you're teaching this summer, but
Oh, are you? Oh, man.
but it's shorter.
Yeah, it's shorter and only 4 days a week, and I literally commit no time to it.
Yeah, like no prep time.
No, I just show up when I have to be there, and I leave the second the kids leave.
Is it till like noon or something?
Like 1:30.
Okay, not bad.
So it's not bad, and it pays for our trips this summer, so
Yeah.
gotta do it.
And busy people, I feel like are actually the most productive people because they just, like you said, like you know how to get stuff done, and you will, like you have obviously a new baby, but you'll figure it out. Like you will get a system down.
Yeah.
Because you already know how to have systems because you had to. And you're a teacher, which makes you even more organized than the average person.
Yeah. So definitely trying to, but I like personal, and I definitely want to figure out how to put it out there because I have no idea how to like try to sign a coach or anything. So not that I don't have any idea, I just haven't had really any bites or anything. People have come to me about, what are you doing? What fitness programs? And I can easily talk about that and transition, but I'm trying to figure out how I can get people under me and stuff.
I know at the beginning, I just mostly did a lot of discount coaches, signed up as discount, and then put them, like kind of ease them into coaching.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you just talk about the discount, they automatically want to, like Sharyn and Krista, for instance. I signed them up like a week or two after I signed up.
Oh, okay.
Like they just know that they want to do it, like they just see the opportunity and they just sign up. But
no, it was like, this is funny. So when Emily told me, she was like telling me about the challenge pack, and I remember I was really hesitant about Shakeology because I was like super 100% paleo then, and it has quinoa. And whatever. So and amaranth. And she was like, yeah, and if you want to, like a 25% discount, I know how to do that or something. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, I just quit my job, so I definitely need that. And she kind of explained it a little bit, and I was like, oh, crap, one of those. And I was like, I don't know, but I guess I have to do that because I need to be on this Shakeology for 2 months in order to do this challenge group. And I just knew I needed the challenge group. And so I just like went for it anyways. And I had no idea I would end up here, but booyah.
Well, and once you're in it for a little bit longer, or like even now, you can start posting about your, just posting what coaching before you make money, you can still post about it. So you can still be like, hey, I love our team calls.
I know I was thinking about tonight because, it's just funny how things just line up, right? Like I was like on my way home and I was like, I am so busy, I cannot do anything. And then I like plugged my phone in, Carter was crying, and it was like, please call 10 minutes. And I was like, son of a, and then now I feel so much better just going down and like listening to it. Like I'm so happy.
Oh, good. That's so funny.
Yeah.
If we could only see our coaches and we get on the call. Dang it.
But I'm so happy that I did. Because the theme of the call has been exactly what I needed for my life too.
Exactly.
Yeah. And quite honestly, I think the same thing. I'm always like, okay, get in the shower, kids, get in the shower. Like, I have a call.
I know. And I like put mine in front of a movie, and I don't do that on school nights, and I'm just like, well, whatever.
Team call night.
Team call
Hey, there's a post you can do. A picture of your kids so happy. They love team call night too.
My kid's still sleeping. Oh, you can't see him.
Oh, I love those monitors.
Swaddle. Swaddle is like miracle blanket. It's like, let me fall. You know, they just do their little like swaddle, little worm, pass out. Yeah. I can't believe he's never going to go to sleep. What am I? This is so funny. He's never done this before. Oh well. But Samantha, I get what you mean. Like you just feel like you're so busy, and it's just that is what it is.
Yeah.
I was at the grocery store earlier, and Wyatt was screaming, and Cindy was like, "Mom, can we buy gum? Mom, can we buy this? Can we buy this?" You know, like we're in the line, and Abby's like unloading the thing, and she's asking for something else, and I'm just like,
yeah.
You know, and the lady's like, can you help them out, please? You know, to the bagger, and I was like, that would be so nice, thank you. And I'm like trying to tell Sydney where to put the little baby cart because I had to have her push the cart because I'm pushing the stroller because he was still asleep when we got in there, and I'm just like, okay, living the dream here.
I don't even know how people have multiple children. I have one, and I'm like,
Although I did have some lady walk up to me. She was like, "You have 3 kids. What do you give your kids when they won't drink anything?" And I was like, "That's the strangest question I've ever." What? So it turns out her kid was sick and dehydrated. She had a Gatorade in her thing, and I go, "Well, to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't give him Gatorade."
Yeah. Put that back.
You could give them Smart Water, like maybe with some flavoring in it, or you know what's really good? Chocolate coconut water. You could freeze it and make it into popsicles. Like I don't know where I got that idea from, but she was like, "Oh, that's a really good idea." And then I go, or you could just get like the flavored coconut water and like blend it with frozen fruit and then make popsicles out of that. Kids will eat anything when it's frozen. She was like, "Thanks," and I was like,
you're like, here's some Shakeology.
Yeah, you should have said, "Here's my card. You need Shakeology. You can make Shakeology pop."
Well, if your kids aren't drinking Shakeology, then
and your kid will never get sick if he drinks this.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. But I was like, why would anyone ask like such a frump, crazy, like mom with kids all over the place? It was just really funny. And I was like, oh, and then Sydney's like pulling on me like, mom. Like,
who was the coach that said like she starts a whole bunch of conversations in the grocery store? And I was like, my, I can't even imagine. Like, I don't talk to anyone in the store. And if they try to talk to me, I'm like, I obviously have 4 kids. Like, can you leave me alone?
I know.
Get in and get out.
I don't think I could. I'm just not salesy like that. So I just can't do that. Even, you know, I mean, like at MOPS and like other things that I go and meet new people, it's not like, "Hi, I'm a Beachbody coach." You know, it's like if it comes up in conversation, you know, somebody asked me today, I've hung out with her 5 times and she's like, "Oh, what do you do for work?" And I was talking to somebody else about going to Nashville. We were talking about pumping and like having enough milk for the babies and just like random stuff. And so I told her, but it's like, I just don't, I mean, that's just not my personality. I'm not like, "Hey, you should," you know what I mean? Even though I should, but I'm just not like that. So, but I thought that was pretty funny. So, you know.
Anyone else? Bueller.
I just thought I'd say this. It's kind of funny. So I've heard a lot of coaches say this, like, when I was little, I didn't like, you know, my dream job wasn't to be a Beachbody coach. And I think that's so funny because, like, our kids, you ask them, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" They'll be like, "I want to be a Beachbody coach." Like, I just think it's funny. Because that never was an option when we were little. It's just something that fell on our lap, and I just think it's really cool.
That's hilarious.
I just thought it would be funny.
That would be a good, like, you know, they take their school project to school. What do you want to be?
Maddie made a diaphragm. She had to make a diaphragm thing, and she used a Shakeology Beachbody coach. It was awesome. I was like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Anyways, Diane, you're so quiet.
I'm here. Taking it all in.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Good, real good. My newest one just got her products today, so she was all excited.
Yay.
And I talked to another lady that I know. And then I was going to tell you, being all of you mostly young moms, that my kids are grown, so I have a little more, I guess, time to hit people, visit, talk, whatever. But don't ever, if I can say this, I'm sure you don't, but every moment spent with your baby and the business will be there, but your babies are going to grow. Then they're going to be 28 and 26. You're going to wish they were young again. So just keep that always there, that the business is always going to be there, but these little babies are going to grow up. So it works out. But I'm glad at this point in my life that it's come in to my life that, you know, I just have my job, and then this has just been so exciting for me, and I just love working it. So yeah, I love it. I'm glad I'm here.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Thank you for that invite.
It's so, yeah, it's so hard when you're in the moment because you feel like they're always going to be little, you know, and pulling on you and asking you a million questions. But it does like go fast. Even when I look back, like my youngest is 2, and I'm like so sad. I don't have a baby.
Well, wait till your baby's 25.
No,
But she's still my baby. So.
Michelle, how about you? Can you hear us? Maybe. We might be on mute. She might be busy with her kids. So.
Kelly, how are you doing? That your baby's room? That's cute.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. So speaking of seasons of life, and I'm like, you know, doing business when it's business time, it's insane, honestly. Like, we're getting dinner ready, and I'm like getting her ready for bed, and she's starting to get fussy. She got now she's happy.
So
she got, thank you. She had pink eye like 2 weeks ago. It came back again. So we're back to like
all the medication last time, all the antibiotics.
We didn't use all of it. They told us to use it for 7 days, so we did. And now it's like back again. So I'm going through it all over again.
Is it at your daycare, like, or the lady that watches them?
No, I think that we got it from somewhere else, from some friends that we met up with who their little boy had something going on with his ear, but they said it was like a perforated drum. They said it wasn't like an infection, but then like 2 mornings later, she woke up with her eyes crusted. So I'm thinking it was him. And then I don't know if now it's from like daycare or something. I have no idea. So, but yeah, I'm counting down till school ends. And
I know. How's STAR testing? You guys are done or not yet?
Yeah, we're done with testing now.
Good.
So
or not STAR testing. You guys call it something else.
Yeah, we did. So AZ Merit took over Ames, and we just had district testing for reading the past 2 days. And the kids are like, "Will you stop testing us?"
I know. I'm sorry, but I feel so bad for these kids.
I do too.
My son did a test for 3.5 hours today, and then they didn't have time for recess, so they sent them to art class and then home. I'm like, that's so sad. Awesome. Like, let them go play after 3.5 hours of testing.
It's so bad.
It's so sad.
Our school, we're like drill sergeants anyways at our school. I hate it, but
yeah.
We have 3 teachers.
What's that?
There's 3 because Diane's a teacher. Kelly, you're a teacher too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then so is Sam.
Sam, you're, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Sam, you're brave for doing summer school. There's no way.
Well, it's, yeah, I teach children, children with autism, and so it's the extended school year for them. So some of my kids are, so it's kind of easy.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Well, I'm going to say bye to you ladies because dinner is ready.
Yes, if anyone needs to get off, seriously, we don't want to keep anyone.
All right, have a good night.
Bye. I hope she feels better, Kelly.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, ladies.
I'm actually kids and get them to bed, so.
Oh, speaking of kids, that is the one nice